Hello, good evening, and welcome to another Saturday night live stream, TT chat. So, focusing mainly on my TT build. So, we'll give it a few minutes. Hopefully, a few people will join me. Again, another notification to say thank you. You email for telling me I'm live again. So, but yeah, hopefully, someone will join me today. So, what have we been up to? Currently working on a little road gauge project, which is this wagon, this coach. So I'll show you what I've been up to. Just putting the roof back on. Well, the frames of the roof will be going back on. I'll put it in the right way hand. Hello, good evening, welcome for joining. Don't know who you are yet. Just comment and say hello. Okay, you've gone. Okay, bye. So yeah, what we've been up to, we're working on this little short I suppose to be a 4-wheel coach. It's the offcuts and the spares from the Allen 7-wheel coach. I've bought Allen Klein coaches. So it's all the spare paneling I've got left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a roof on, put it an interior, so it's going to be like a cafe for on the seafront on the 7-wheel house I'm building. That one going the wrong way. That one there. So the seafront's there. The other end, so be this end of the station and the caravan park to this side. So over on the sea wall, I'm going to have a little bit of a cafe. So I've got to get some interior bits for it. Ideally, I'm going to go to 3D print corner, I think it is. Get some kitchen units, some tables, chairs. And yeah, it's going to look quite nice, hopefully, when it's done. So there's that. So, like I said, no one's joined me yet, so I'm all on my own, talking away. So, yeah. So what am I going to get done tonight? Plan is to do some work on the bridges, on the station, on the platforms. So this has had a matte coat so far since you saw it last week. So first job thing tonight will be to paint the concrete, the posts at the back. I might be on my own all night tonight. If that's the case, I have an early night and so again, usual. So it's going to be a tiny bit of extra on TA just to thin it down slightly. Get some Vallejo, it says Vallejo stone colour. So I find the stone is quite a nice concretey look colour. As always, I'm really well organised and planned. Maybe find a slightly smaller bush than that one. Still no one watching. Everyone's abandoned me tonight. Okay, so just give this so I'm just going to pick out the concrete posts Not that you're going to see from the back, but I just change the camera so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. So just this brush is not very good. I'll find a better one than that one. And straight away you can see the difference by giving it a bit of colour. Concrete posts are starting to come to life a bit more. I got a visitor at last. Someone to join me. Welcome to the stream. Say who you are. Leave me a comment and just say hello. And I know who you are. Please don't leave me. I don't like talking to myself. Hi Andy. It's nice to see you. Yeah, just the two of us at the moment. Yeah. Someone popped in earlier and disappeared. So I've just changed the concrete colours to the post to the back of the station. The other little projects I've been working on this week is this. It's going to be a 4-wheel coach. So the 7-wheel coach I picked up at my phone. I'll phone them back. So yeah, it's this little 4-wheel coach I picked up earlier in the week, Stafford last week. So all the odd bits and spares I had left from building, well, I'm starting to build the sides of the one. I've got enough to make a coach, so I've just glued them together, sanded them, just plastic hard. These are scraps from Pico Parkside wagons. So the idea is going to be there's the roof. I'm still working on wooden interior. It's going to be painted, windows, maybe put some handles, grab handles in, change the moulded into a bit of brass rod for the handles. I'm going to add a full interior, so maybe something like this is a scale model scenery 7mm table, so I might put some chairs around it, or I might find some slightly smaller chairs and turn it into a bit of a cafe for the seawall. But it's just all made from scraps, so it's the what I'm trying to get across is don't throw anything away. because you can always find something to do with, your odd bits left. That it's a little cafe fees I'm going to get for nothing really. So it just shows, as modelers, we tend to, some people tend to you get stuff and use it and then throw everything in the bin, what you're not used or what you don't think you're going to need. But sometimes you can make use of the odd bits you got left. I've got 2 people watching, so thanks for whoever else has joined. Welcome to the stream. Just doing a tiny bit of painting of this concrete, the posts at the back. So once I got this done, we're going to go focus on the front. So yeah, totally agree with that. Keep a box of all your odds and ends. You never know when you're going to use them or if you can use them. If you watch any of the programs about the making of Star Wars, all the stuff they used on the film was basically from model kits that they found and stripped down and used bits on to make, add the greeblies and the effect. It's fascinating to see, when you go through an old kit and find all the bits and find places you can use stuff. This paintbrush isn't very good today. I don't know why. I think I need some new paintbrushes. They're a bit. I don't look after them very well, to be fair, but I only buy cheap ones. So what you been up to, Andy? Anything interesting? You been anywhere? Any shows? Anyone go to York or the Sutton Coldfield show today? Quite close to me, but I'm stuck in work, so. Yeah, this brush isn't much better, to be fair. I'll try that one instead. So you don't get any modelling doing? Anyone got anything on the workbench at the moment? It's better. Cool. When you finish, let's put some pictures on the WWS Facebook, Andy, to see what you've been up to and the tidying up you're doing. And I was in Belfast on Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it was good. I went to obviously Titanic Museum. I'm obsessed with the Titanic, so always go there whenever I get the chance. Fantastic place, to see the slipways and just the whole history of Holland and Wolff and the shipyard, and really fascinating place to go to. But he bumped into me, the President of the United States. So went out for something to eat, and when we come out where we were eating, there's just a crowd of people and around the street corner. So just being British and being nosy, we just went over to find out, chatting to the coppers. There's a visitor coming through, and put 2 and 2 together. The amount of police. And yeah, it was Joe Biden. So his motorcade come past, and he was staying in the hotel about a block away from where I was. So he come past. He's on his motorcade. 16 police, 18 police bikes, and God knows how many Land Rovers, 4 Range Rovers, 2 Cadillacs, and Secret Service agents. But it was 45 minutes wait for 10 seconds. But he did wave. Good of him. Good of him to still be awake. It was almost 11 o'clock at night. Bless him. He's getting a bit old now, so he's we probably do well to say he was still awake. But yeah, it was different. Good experience. Went on the tour of Belfast, the open top bus, but it was absolutely throwing it down at times. So it wasn't very warm either. So, but yeah, that's definitely worth. If you go, it's worth booking that. I think it's 23 quid for 2 days. But you get to see a lot of the Belfast, and then you can get hop on, hop off, go and visit all the different sites. The town hall was amazing. If you're into architecture and buildings, and that's definitely worth a visit. A lot of places you can go into for free. So yeah, definitely a place I'd like to go back to again and visit. Been in the oldest gin house in Belfast. Again, really nice building, nice pub. The only thing is, I don't like gin, so I didn't partake in that. But it was nice to go in, have a pint of Guinness, or 2, or 3. So I've almost finished this one now. So once I've got this done, I'll have do something else. I'll do the mortar wash maybe on the other platform, and then we'll come back to this one. There might be a bit of tidying up to do on the fence panel lines where I've made a bit of a mess with this colour, but I can hide that. I've been to the brewery at Bushmills. I still prefer Scotch. I do definitely prefer Scotch whiskey rather than an Irish whiskey. Try not to hope I haven't upset or offended anyone here, but yeah, I've always been a Scotch person rather than an Irish whiskey. But yeah, it was a good trip. That was. We did that about 3-4 years ago. We went to started in Belfast, and we did the coast road all the way up to Bushmills and John's Causeway and all around there over a few days. It was a nice trip. But I definitely like Belfast is for me is my favourite. Like I said, just because of Titanic, I could. You have to sort of drag me out. I'd quite happily stay there all day. There you go. So that's. Like I said, there's a few bits I need to pick out and tidy up right there at the bottom, but that can be sorted out. But there you go. There's that one. So put that to side. I'll leave it there for now. So next thing we want to do is the mortar wash on the other platform. Which is there. So I'm going to do the same as what I did with the my 7mm walling. I'm going to do a mixture of the concrete and the grey. I'm going to use more I don't think I'm going to need much, to be fair, so just changing the colour slightly. I did this with the when I did the 7mm, my last bridge. I used these paints for the walling. I can mess everything, dropping everything. All I'm going to do is paint this on. I know we've only made it's only a bit of fun. To, you know, I'm not going to keep a record of who's here and who's not. Don't worry, I'll let you off. Don't next time bring a note on your mum if you're not going to be here. Yeah, last week was quite good. We had quite a few. I had 6 or 7 on last week. So yeah, I was well chuffed with that. Anyone watching Martin's latest videos on his build with the diorama? It's interesting. Using weathering powders this week to weather landscape. I found it quite interesting to do. So something I'm going to try next time I do scenics, just to dull the colours down somewhat. Yeah, definitely a good watch, mate. It's worth watching. Obviously, Martin's a fantastic modeller. He really is a good modeller. Again, I'm still on the cotton buds. Yes, I'm quite pleased with that. Again, one of these things, once it's done, you tend to, it's looking a bit clean at the moment, but I can always add weathering powders and different shade, you know, just to dirty it up a bit really, more than anything, but give it some texture. To whack it on, paint it on, fill all the gaps, fill the holes. That's my little brush, get a big brush out. Yeah, I've tried with my fingers and my thumb, and it didn't. I don't know. It just didn't seem to work for me. I just That's better. It's nice to brush this is to do this with. I just don't know why. I just like to use a cotton bud. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. I just don't get me. I don't seem to get the same effect with my fingers. Yeah, I only buy the cheap cotton buds anyway, so it's not really so just. One thing I gotta say, I know this Pico stuff is pretty good stuff. You know, it's easy. It takes paint really well. It's but because it's got probably the watercourses are probably a wee bit too deep for in reality. But it is really good for getting a nice mortar wash on, and you can really pick out the detail. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, definitely. Everyone's got their own way of doing stuff and slightly variations in what they do, and you know, you all find our own way. What works for you, really? I'm not saying my way. You know, definitely wouldn't say my way is the best way or the right way. It's what works for you. So, anyone been to Sutton Coldfield today? I know Andy Mack, who was on last week. I know he's been today. He might have gone Friday. Looks like some really nice layouts on display. I can't remember the name of the one, but the one was. I watched his video earlier. Like a very industrial units, and the buildings were so nice. Whoever's done that, hats off to them. Well done, fantastic stuff. I like seeing buildings, but I like when I see buildings. I don't want to just see Metcalfe. I want to see the relief. I like to see the mortar wash, and it just shows that you've gone, you know, the extra mile, and you know, you've took your time. It just adds to the building for me. Nothing wrong with Metcalfe. I just find that a bit flat. I like to see a bit of texture, but again, each to their own. Really, it's not knocking Metcalfe. It just isn't for me. So, anyone took delivery of a new AccuScale 37 yet? Seen a few I've seen a few people on YouTube, Facebook with posting pictures. Everyone seems to have a evening. How you doing? Everyone seems to be impressed with theirs so far. So, just wondering if anyone on here's got one, yeah? So there we go. Just got starting to come together now. It's Again, that probably needs a bit more of a clean up here. This is one of them jobs you do, and you look at it and you think, oh, I could do a bit more there and a bit more there. Next time, you put it down, let it dry back, and then you want to do a bit more and take a bit more off and a bit more of a clean up. And it's not meant to stop. But like I said, I'm quite impressed with this Pico's edging strips. I'm not so keen on the ones with the stickers. But these are quite good with the stone. Yeah, what people think. It's not too bad, is it? So I do the same with the platform. And basically all I've done since the last time you saw it was give it a coat of matte varnish just to seal the original work before I added So Smyrna, this is obviously TT scale, so it's somewhere, it's halfway between, it's almost halfway between N-gauge and 00. So I'm just dipping my toe into it with this little project, just to experiment really. It's a little WWS baseboard, so it's 400mm by 200mm deep, so it's not particularly very big. I think the baseboard cost about 13 quid, so they are really good value for money. A lot of the stuff on WWS is fantastic value for money. I can't, you can't knock it at them prices. It literally you just glue it together. And you've got a baseboard, but unlike just having a piece of wood, you've got your space underneath for any electrics, any wiring you want to put underneath, and it does make especially when you're wiring things up, it makes life a lot easier if you've got a bit of space underneath to do stuff. Like I said, 15 quid for me, you can't go wrong. There you go. if Andy's not in tonight, there's better chances that I was going to the pub. And that's the excuse I'm going to use for him anyway. If he's not here. If he is here, or he does pop in later, I mean, that's the first thing I'm going to ask him if he's been in the pub. Got some heat on, a lot of heat on under the desk. It's a bit warm now, so turn that off. Quick swig of pop. Just get this cleaned up. I haven't got anything planned for tonight, really. I'm just sort of making it up as I go along. So, I still got to find some TT lighting to go on it, just to bring the station and the road to life a bit more. I don't know whether to go with something like kites and maybe use N-Gage. A mixture of N-Gage and 00. I don't know yet. I'm not quite sure. I got some 00 platform lights from Kites, and they were quite small. I thought they were too short, so they might work on the platform, and then go something a bit more modern for the roadway. But I probably only need a couple of lights on this one, and maybe a couple on the road. So I don't need loads of lighting. But it's I did look at Stafford, but I couldn't see anything at the show that sort of. Again, they were saying, they've got 00 and N, but nothing really in N-O gauge, in TT gauge, sorry. So. Again, if anyone's seen anything, just drop it in the comments. And anyone else having a go at TT, or anyone else? I need to actually, one thing I do need to do is I need to look at the Craig's video for the latest WWS competition to have a look to at the entries. I've not had a chance to watch it yet. Obviously Tuesday night when he come out, it was I was in Belfast, so I couldn't join the stream or watch the stream. But I had a quick look at the winner. Very well deserved. Something a bit different with the two Messerschmitt 262s. But other than that, I've not had a chance to have a look yet, so maybe that's something for tonight after the stream to have a nose. So what's going on? What's happened? Have a look at what people have done. You should have a go, and it'd be interesting to see what you do with in this scale. Just as, like I said, just to I was absolutely going to comment about that. I did say it earlier. I said, I bet he's in the pub. I knew you'd be in the pub, and absolutely knew it. You end up with a reputation if you're in the pub too often, mate. I was cussing yesterday. Did you enjoy the show? The only problem is there's too many Andys in there. doing Ian's job for him. He'll be giving you a job next, mate. You'll be working for him. He said he wants to retire. What was the name of the layout, Andy? The one with the industrial units around it, with the little tank engines running around with the on the goods. I watched it on your video. It was, that layout really sort of jumped out at me. It's probably one of the best at the show. Do you remember the name of it? Definitely, absolutely, yeah. If you can't remember the pub on, you remember the name of the pub. He must have gone back to the pub. He's not answering now, is he? So anyone getting your modelling up to tonight? Anyone got anything on the bench? That's the one, yeah. I love the buildings. I once keen on the cobblestones. I'm sure it was Metcalfe cobblestones. Again, I think they're just a bit too flat. I like the Rolls ones, which are sort of, again, they're probably a bit too deep. But again, it's sort of thing you can add. You can get a sort of a mortar wash into, and they look really good. And again, you can change colours and tones. Lost you there for a minute. What are you modelling, and what you got? Realistic water, like a river or stream. I'm quite pleased. I'm quite happy with that, the way that's come out. So like I said, it's just a mixture of the Woodland Scenics concrete paint, mainly concrete colour paint, and a touch of the grey. All I did was mix the two together. Like I said, mainly stone, the concrete, with just a touch of the stone, just to take the edge off the concrete colour. And just to change the colour slightly. I don't know. I've done this again. Turn myself off. And obviously gives it a nice sort of dirtier mortar wash. I did the same when I did the 7mm abutments. That's the 7mm one I did on Sunday, because I had the Sunday off because of Easter Sunday. But this was more the stone grey with a touch of concrete as a base colour, but then I used the same sort of thing with the brick, the different colours to add blotching on, dry brushing, stipple effect, just to get like some tone in the stone. But again, I'm quite pleased with that. That's had a matte coat now, so I've got to go over that with the mortar wash. I don't know if to use me enamels like I did on the other bridge, enamel thinners, not thinners, enamel washes, or whether use the concrete as a mortar and give it a lighter look. I don't know yet. Jury's out. I'll think about that one. That's a job for next week. Okay. Was that on the video as well today, and as well? So just was that one of the other layouts at the show? I suppose if you wanted to, I suppose the best thing to do is speak to if Nigel. I'm sure Nigel would have been at the show on. I think he was there Friday, so I'm sure Nigel would have seen it. He's probably the man to grab. I don't think Roger would have been around today or yesterday, so Nigel would be the one to speak to about getting at the show. Okay. So there we go. So that's starting to take shape now. It's a bit of flexity, but hopefully once I glued it down to the boards, it would take away some of the flexing. So what I might do is try and get some tarmac down and see how it looks. Again, I don't think it's going to be a mega long one tonight. I've done 50 minutes, so I'll do a bit with this and then might call it a night. I don't know. So again, just using the so this is just asphalt by MIG. So it's like a textured paint, so you can just sort of I tend to put it on to start with, but then I stipple it so you get a bit more of a to get more like a textured effect rather than just sort of just painting it on. And the thicker they go with the paint, so if you don't water it down, obviously the thicker the texture. So depending if you're doing O gauge or double O or again, sort of thing, you might want to go back and give it a couple of coats, thin coats, rather than so just doing like, giving it like a bit of an asphalt, a tarmac effect. And again, once you got some texture in, you can always change your colour anyway. It's not a problem to dry brush or yeah, the Tim's videos are superb, to be fair. Okay, all I'm doing at the moment is just using this to give it the road some texture, rather than, or the tarmac to give it some texture, more than just the colour, final colour. Yeah, I'm going to watch Tim's video again on doing roads, and again I'll just probably nick some of the ideas from that to finish this off and tidy it up a bit. To the moment, I just want to get some colour down and give it some, more of a textured look rather than just a piece of plastic art. I don't know how much the texture is coming up on the screen, but you can catch it in the light. You can sort of catch the there's a bit of texture there, so it's not just a flat surface. I still haven't decided what to do at the back of the station, so if anyone's had any thoughts about the bit of space at the back of the station or what I could do with it, speak up. basically that was exact. Oh yeah, that was the bit on the road bridge. I think was this technique, but I think on the TMD side, I think we just used Tamiya XF 63 paint. If I remember correctly. But to be honest, by the time I got to that bit there, it was running out of time more than anything. Yeah, one of the supports come away from underneath, so that needs to be glued back on. You've seen all the posts. Hornby started to use the posts on the Margate Warren. It's been on the Visitor Centre Facebook page now a couple of times, and seen a couple of posts on their normal Facebook page. So it's back up and running now at last. So anyone going down to Hornby and Margate, pop in and say hello, and go and check out layout. That's what myself and Andy and the rest of the team at Worley put together. It's probably one of the best ones in the visitor centre. Probably shouldn't say that, but it's definitely one of the better ones in the visitor centre. I've not heard anything about Simon leaving Hornby. I'd have thought he would have said something if that was. He might have said something to me if he was going. But I've not heard anything about him going. I think he's coming to the sponsors meeting. Maybe leave that to his top strike. Yeah, I've not heard anything about that. So I know he's coming to the sponsors meeting in June, I think that is. So yeah, I've not heard that one. And I emailed him, spoke to him at the end of the week, end of last week. So again, nothing to be mentioned. Where did you say that about him leaving? I think it's more someone just trying to cause problems, maybe. I don't know. Bring this back in now. Some new hoodoo somewhere, there it is. So if I glue these back in place now. Anyone seen the new non-stringy Yoo-Hoo glue? Be interesting to see if that's any good, or it's I know it's like a gel glue, isn't it? So anyone ever played with it yet and saw what the force? I've still got a supply of normal Yoo-Hoo, so I'm not going to go out to buy it just because it's non-stringy, but just wonder if anyone's played with it yet and used it. There you go, so there's my platforms done. Like I said, a lot more tidying up to do on them, but it's getting there. The back wall has had again, all I've done that is just give it a matte coat. And again, that's sort of it's starting to come together, that. Still lots to do. Like I said, the lighting's got to be done. I've got to do the pavements and sort that out. I've got to do staining over the top of the chimney, over the tunnel. But like I said, it's starting to come together now slowly. I said I get the odd hour in the week occasionally, which might do an hour over the hour with you guys on a Saturday night. So there you go. There's a car, I don't know. I think there's going to be a car park. My initial thought is to turn this into a car park. Platforms go on, so it'll be going further that way. The car park at the back with access would be somewhere off board. And again, there'll be a bridge this end of the board because it's only sort of a 4-foot section. It's just to give you an idea of the platform, the platform and everything else. More than anything, so that's the plan really. It's just a section of of a station. I've still not done any more with the building, so again, lots to do on that. Again, I might have, like I said, I'm going to have maybe a light here, building in the middle. I can't glue these down until I've done the wiring for the lights on top of here. This is going to be fair because it's quite low, because it's only maybe a centimetre with the board, so I should be able to drill a hole through here and then go straight through into the board underneath and pull the wire through the two boards. That won't be a problem. But this one, because it's quite high, I need to get the lights done on this before I glue them down. But yeah, that's it. So I've done just over an hour and 5 minutes. So I think I'm going to call that for tonight. We got a bit done. We've done the mortar wash on the platforms. Obviously, I need to tidy up. These needs another coat of the tarmac. So does the road. Needs to do the pavement. So that's going to be a job maybe for next week. Tidy up the tops, pavement tops. Change the colour because I don't want it to be the same colour as the road. So that's going to be another coat of the tarmac. Let it dry brushing, do something with the road. Got to get the lighting sorted. Like I said, just inspiration for this part here. What I do, whether I put the grass bank in, I could do, or yeah. Like I said, anyone got any suggestions or ideas, drop them in the comment section below. But thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for seeing me tonight, and we'll hopefully see you all again next Saturday. So thanks a lot. See you soon.